All right, I'm ready if you are, so let's get into this. AROW and ARROW. Lesson objective here is to develop a deeper understanding of the term, other known as AROW, and making sure that the plane is legal to fly. So here's the list for ARROW. Airworthiness Certificate, Registration Certificate, Radio Station License for international flights, Operating Handbook, and Weight and Balance. So, in the FAA regulations in Part 91 and 91.7, the Civil Aircraft Airworthiness, the important words are: no person may operate a civil aircraft unless it is in an airworthiness condition. The pilot in command of a civil aircraft is responsible for determining whether that aircraft is in a safe condition, etc. So notice that it says the pilot in command, does not say the manager of the flight school, does not say the owner of the aircraft. It says the pilot in command. In 91.9, talks about civil aircraft flight manual marking and placard requirements, basically the O in AROW. So, no person may operate a civil aircraft without complying with the operating limitations specified in the approved airplane or rotorcraft flight manual markings and placards. And placards and markings are even the stuff that is on the airspeed indicator, for example. No person may operate a U.S. registered civil aircraft unless there is an available aircraft, a current approved airplane or rotorcraft flight manual or the manual provided, etc. Available in the aircraft, a current approved airplane or rotorcraft flight manual approved, manual material markings, placards, or any combination thereof. So bottom line is, you need to have the manual in the plane. The POH, the operating handbook, the AFM, whatever it's called, you need to have it in the plane. If you drive your car, you do not need to have any paperwork in your car to be legal to drive. You don't need to have the 2-inch thick manual that came from the Toyota plant. In a plane, you better have what came from Cessna or something that is legal compliant. 91.203. So you need to have the appropriate and current airworthiness certificate in the plane, and then a bunch of legalese there. An effective U.S. registration certificate issued to its owner or operation within the United States, or registration certificate issued under the laws of a foreign country. Displayed at the cabin or cockpit entrance so it's legible to passengers or crew. Here's all the legalese about the airplane flight manual. Same deal with the operating handbook. Okay, if you get ramp checked, here's the things that they are going to check. We don't need to read every word. Go check for yourself. You need to hear the aircraft documents, airworthiness certificate, registration, etc. N numbers. You need to see the registration of the airplane on the outside of the airplane. So if the airplane is N3889er Juliet, it needs to have the big numbers and letters on the outside of the plane. Registration certificate, radio station license. If I go fly to the Bahamas, I need to have a radio station license. The flight manual. The weight and balance information, and it must be the current information, because when the plane comes out of the factory, there is weight and balance that's done. And then when equipment is changed out, you change stuff in the dashboard, you remove the alternator, or remove the generator and add an alternator, etc. Things can change. The airworthiness certificate. Okay. More information about the airworthiness certificate is issued when the airplane is manufactured or when the N number changes. So if I buy plane and I want to change the registration, I can, but I have to deal with the paperwork. The registration certificate, this actually just changed. Was renewed every 3 years. Now they changed it to every 7 years. All right. One way to remember things is 30-foot duck. You got to deal with paperwork if, like I own a plane and I die within 30 days. Let's go ahead and get it done. Foreign registry, change to another country. So if I buy a plane from somebody in Canada, I need to deal with it. Transfer of ownership. If I sell the plane to somebody else. If the plane is destroyed. Like I have friends from other countries and they have U.S. citizenship. If they buy a plane and then they're told they have to go back to their original country. Or the FAA, for whatever reason, cancels it. Here is all the legalese. Basically, you can't fly a flying jalopy. More legalese about the radio station license. Okay, here's an actual picture of my plane's airworthiness certificate. That is in the plane. Here is the registration for my plane, which the expiration date actually has now been extended thanks to the new FAA rules. Here is the owner's manual for my plane. And nowadays, the newer planes, the manuals are a lot thicker and a lot more info. Here is the weight and balance that I got for my plane. And it can show basically the most pounds in people and gasoline that can be put in it. You can go click around and see the info for my plane. So the other A is the airworthiness directives. Airworthiness directives will say, hey, in the next 100-hour or the next annual, something needs to be checked. Or every 100 hours, something needs to be checked. For example, the seat tracks in the Cessna planes. And here are some links for more information. Thank you very much.